theme of the meeting, Live Life Queen Size. I do not know how our VP Education, Mr. Daksh, came across this theme. Nevertheless, the question that struck me was, do we have to wait for every year, the 8th of March, to make her feel like a queen? According to the UN statistics, India is one of the countries which has the best of the laws in case pertaining to the protection of women. But the only problem that in contrast to where it is being implemented, a very dismal performance. Now, from the early days of the abolition of child marriages, sati, and to the present day reforms which are like trying to give the property rights to women, we have made some progress. But the question that haunts is that enough? When you ask that question, the question stares back at you. Because the morning, pick up your newspaper and turn the pages or surf the channels of the television, you get umpteen number of stories, the kind of atrocities that are committed against women. So the next question comes is, where does the problem lie? Only laws will help or not, because we also need to change the way we raise up our sons. Because the social outlook has affected or ingrained in us in such a way that we have, knowingly or unknowingly, we started thinking that men are assets and women are expendable or a liability. Hence, we give them scant respect. Education, do not talk about it. Whether it's a privilege or a right, we do not know. We come to that state. It has come to that state if we go into some communities. They have come to understanding that education is one thing better avoid, because it might hamper the chances of giving a virgin bride to a future husband. Talk about rape, she is vulnerable right from the age from 4 to 94. Not necessary. She can be clothed from head to toe, or she might wear a modern dress. But the situation is very, very grim. You look at the kind of rules that are flouted. If you look into the metro cities where most of the women workforce are working, especially in Noida and Bangalore, many of the cities, they work in very subhuman conditions, unhygienic conditions, where even the payments are not made at par with men, but they are extracted that kind of work. But when these things are there, the other question that comes or points to us is there a way out? Now again, whether laws will help or not. Because it has been told to us by our social custom that we want our sons to have the characteristics of brave, they should be brave, smart, athletic, or should have a sense of humor. But very little attention is paid to instill the kind of virtue which is most important, that is called kindness. Because we look at kindness as being not very brave enough, or we can call, in other words, very sissy. But we need to know, and we need to be reminded, that kindness also means to have a sense of responsibility and also a sense to adhere to social ethics. Now, when I say responsibility, it is showing courage when needed, and sometimes because of social pressures, even a woman becomes a part of the crime against a woman. This is also an issue. Again, when I talk about ethics, I talk about the social ethics, that we need to know sex is not about receiving what we want when we want, but also we need to know that consent means a lot. It has a more deeper meaning. To conclude, what I could say is, in spite of all this, the only two virtues I can say is kindness and respect towards our partners can make this world a beautiful place, a place where this flower can bloom and strut like a queen. Now, taking this meeting forward, to take this meeting forward, I have a person who is going to anchor the whole proceedings of the meeting. Now, to talk about her, to take